All right, hey, sixth grade, it's Mrs. House. I'm going to walk us through the choreography for Up the MISS ISS IPPI. Before you watch the whole video, there's a couple moves that I want to show you in a little bit slower motion. The first one is we're going to do a lot of train arms while we're going up the Mississippi here. So your arms are going to bend at the elbow. They should be tucked in by your waist. Your feet are going to be pointed forward. And when you come out, we're going to come down and back up. So we're going to chug with our whole body. We've done this move a lot before with just our arms, so we're gonna add the bounce in here to make it a little more correct with the music style, okay? There's also a couple other motions that you'll see in there, like hear the bell, things like that. I think you guys will pick that up just fine from watching the video. The next one that I wanna show you on the verses, most of the verses, we're gonna do a jazz step called the Charleston, and here's how the Charleston's gonna work. With your feet, you're gonna step forward with one foot, bring them back together, and then step backward with your other foot, and then bring them back together. Now remember, we're doing this on the risers, so these aren't huge lunging steps like that, or backwards like that, because you're not going to have room. It's just a simple touch with each of your feet. Okay, so you're going to come forward, middle, back with the other foot, middle, out with one, middle, back with the other one, into the middle, okay? When you get comfortable with the feet, we're going to add your arms into it, okay? Now the arms I want to show you because it's not going to be like a hokey marching kind of arm, okay? You put your arms out kind of like this. Okay, so bent just a little bit at the elbow. When you step out, you're going to bring one arm up to your chest. Notice how my hand is open. It's not a fist. I'm not giving a thumbs up. It's an open kind of Blake type hand. When you come back, you're going to put the other one up. When you step backward, you go to the first arm and back. So when we do it in time, it looks something like this. Okay. Notice how my elbows are still out. I'm not marching or doing anything like this. Okay, we're not line dancing. Charleston, we're going to keep our elbows bent and out like that so our arms are coming back and forth. A little closer to what you guys do as the robot. Okay? After that one, we're going to do the knee cross move where we're going to start with our hands on our knees, straight in front of us. You're going to bring your knees in. When your knees come in, your hands cross. You come back and forth like that. Okay, so that one will follow. Then we're going to go back to that Charleston step a little bit. In the middle section with the ya-ta-ta-da-da-das, we're going to pretend to play instruments for that part. The first time through, you're going to pretend to play instruments. Your instrument choices are going to be a pretend trumpet or a pretend trombone. Please no pretend clarinets, no pretend saxophones, because I'm not going to be able to see that in the audience, okay? Trumpets and trombones are all up here, so you can either have your arms up in front as a trumpet, or you can have your arms up in front and do a slide like a pretend trombone, but let's stick to those two for this one, okay? The first time through, you're just going to play and dance in place, however you are, and on each one of the stops, each class is going to take a turn to pose as we go across the stage, okay? And the other two classes are going to look at them. So if I'm going to start on this end of the stage, that class is going to pose first on that first rest. Middle class will pose second. Last class will pose third on the last break. So we'll be dancing, and then we'll freeze and look at that class and see what they're doing. That's kind of silly. And then we're going to go back to jamming and playing, and then maybe it's your turn to pose. Then we're going to go back to jamming and playing, and then we'll freeze and look at the third class as they pose. So that's how that's going to work there. The second time through, we are going to march. Okay, so you'll see march, and then you'll see a couple toe touches on those rests, just like this. Okay, so the first time you guys get kind of a silly break. The second time we're going to march and be serious. The last thing I want to walk you through real quick is how to do a pivot turn, because we're going to do two of those in this song, okay? So for a pivot turn, I'm going to keep one foot planted. I'm going to step and turn. Notice how my foot that's planted didn't leave the ground. I'm just up on my toes so that I can turn. Okay, I'm going to turn. I'm going to step and pivot on that one again, and again until I come all the way around, okay? So we're not walking in a circle. Both of your feet don't move. You keep one foot planted, and you're pivoting off that one a quarter turn at a time until we come all the way around. Okay, so you'll see that move in there twice as well. If you guys have questions about anything else, please let Mrs. Godekin or myself know, and I can always make a follow-up video or see and reteach some of this if we need to adjust it, okay? So after this, I'll turn on the music and show you guys what the whole dance is going to look like, and I hope you guys have fun learning it.